What we gonna do right now is go back, way back.
Give me your brain.
Baby.
What's up? I thought you was gonna start hanging out with the big girls again. What is all this trash? I'm serious. Where you are, not ever. Oh, not the Britney Spears. Hey, how you doing? Oh, but I ain't the little leprechaun. Girl, your wings is so up. You look a mess. All about the big girls. What about the big girls?
Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, work it, work it, work. Big girl, you done suck all the fat off your ass.
Shake all the fat off your ass. Shake all the fat off your ass. Shake all the fat off your ass. Can y'all hear me? Let me get my microphone right. Get my microphone right. Okay, y'all can hear me. Shake all the fat off your ass, big girl. Shake all the fat off your ass. Hey, look, man. I'm outside. I'm chilling. I'm outside. I just got finished doing a workout. And let me just say this, man. I've been off for a week now. I said it was spring break and I was going to chill, give you guys time to get yourself together. I want to give y'all time to get yourself together. You see my backdrop, I'm outside. Just did this 3-mile run. My butt is tired. See, I don't work out over the weekend. I just get it in all week. Hope y'all had a great weekend. I really hope y'all had a great weekend. Let me get the hat down. So I know y'all like the Hurricanes. How many of y'all like the Hurricanes? Shouts out to the Hurricanes. I went to the practice. I'll talk about that also right here on the Uncle Luke podcast. Once again, welcome to the yours truly, Uncle Luke podcast. I'm happy that you're able to join me. I know it's an impromptu situation. I'll be on here 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. You can check me out on all my social media pages. Uncle Luke Real One on Twitter, X. Uncle Luke Real One on Instagram. Real Uncle Luke on TikTok. Facebook. Go to my Facebook page, my fan page. That's Uncle Luke. And then you could also like, share, and subscribe on my YouTube page. Shouts out to all the people on my YouTube page. That's growing some big numbers these days because, you know, I had been actually neglecting my YouTube page. So, you know, now I'm spending a little bit of time over there on the YouTube page, chilling, you know, talking to good folks over there. I go live over there actually also. So I want people to go to my YouTube page. It's Uncle Luke TV. I need you to like, share, and subscribe. Be a part of the movement on yours truly, Uncle Luke. My YouTube page is a beautiful place. It's got a lot of content over there, you know, and then again, it has a lot of content that you guys might be interested in, and I just want you to go over there and check it out. It's a beautiful place to be. I'm trying to do something while I'm here. But over the weekend, it's been a lot of things going on over the weekend, man. It's been a lot of stuff going on over the weekend. You got to love it. I mean, you got to love it. You got to love some of the things that's been going on over the weekend. I mean, you got the Miami Heat on a 4-game winning streak. You got Draymond Green back to doing what he's doing, having fights with people. You got the Final Four. You had a Final Four. Those folks doing their thing in the Final Four. You got my man Rick Ross doing shout-out videos to yours truly. I went to the Hurricanes practice, and I was able to see my boy Ray Joseph out there performing. Got to see some of my old friends. See Mario Cristobal. He want to haze me, talk trash. We'll get into that when we get into that part of it. You know, just a great weekend, just a great week overall. No difference in politics. It's the same old with Donald Trump, the orange man, and his homeboy Elon Musk. We'll get into some of those things along the way with the show. This show is about sports, entertainment, and politics. We get into it all. We do a good 45 minutes, and we just get in and get it over with because it's really important that we keep it a buck. You know, you got a lot of podcasts that you can subscribe to. But one thing about this podcast, you know, you're going to get it. You're going to get it. I'm going to keep it 100 all the time. I mean, this is not brought to you by, I don't have to worry about no sponsors telling me, okay, what to do, what not to do, what to say, what not to say, and all those things. So you get it blood raw right here. You know, and I suggest that you guys, you know, go into my comments. I mean, go into my DM. Hit me up in the DM. Hey, Luke, I want you to talk about this. I want you to expand on this. What you think about this? And we'll bring some of these things to the table to have conversations about it. I'm always going to get into some stories. You know, I'm going to get into some stories that you never heard in my hip-hop journey of 40 years. Speaking of 40 years, I mean, I've been doing Instagram lives on this 40-year thing. You know, it's really dear to me, you know, and dear to my heart. I've never said nothing. I've never talked about the things that I went through. I've always said in interviews, if you ever saw any one of my interviews, I've always said that I am the Rodney Dangerfield of hip hop. I'm the outcast. Why am I the outcast? Why am I the Rodney Dangerfield of hip hop? Because you know how you got that bastard child, the child, which some sick and sad parents say, I don't like that child because that child something may be wrong. They came into the world the wrong way. I am that child. I am the Rodney Dangerfield of hip hop. Always been. Never got a cover of Vibe magazine, no matter how many platinum albums that I produce. Never only place Source magazine. Shots out to the Source. They always show Dave and all them always show love. All the different hip hop outlets. I mean, even to the point where I never got I never got a video put on BET. Everything that you see on videos right now today, they say no, I couldn't do it. Everything that you see and hear on music right now today, they said, no, I couldn't do it. So it's amazing how I'm still here and I'm able to see the things that they told me I couldn't do 40 years ago. No, we can't play that record. No. We cannot play that record, unfortunately. Luke, you got to do better than that. We can't play that record. We can't play no record, Throw the D. We can't play a video with somebody turning around, shaking their ass. We can't do none of that. And then the other part of it all, then they go and try and put me in a box. Here's what they do. And I spoke on this last week. Here's what they want to do. This is the ultimate disrespect. The ultimate disrespect is the ultimate disrespect. See, people, you may not understand some of the things that one will have to go through when you're doing this. The ultimate disrespect is when they put you in a group. That's the ultimate disrespect. When they put you in a group. Shouts out to my Instagram page. I'm on Instagram also right now. The ultimate disrespect is when they put you in a group. I'm talking about this since y'all just joined me. Instagram. I'm live on all of my platforms except TikTok. I'm live on Instagram. I'm live right now on X. I'm live on YouTube. I'm live on Facebook, my Facebook fan page. I'm everywhere right now. And this is what we're going to do. So we talk about sports, politics, entertainment. This is my podcast, The Uncle Luke Show. I'm just bringing the people up to speed where we at on Instagram because they just joined us. Again, the ultimate disrespect when they are speaking on my name. And, I was looking at Kanye West interview this morning on The Source. And I was like, don't mind me now. I'm sweating. I just got my exercise in. I think better after a workout. I think my mind be really clear. I could do this after workout. So every time y'all see me sweating like all outdoors, trying to lose this weight, I lost 20 pounds. Shouts out to me for losing 20 pounds. But back to the ultimate disrespect. What's up, Chicago? I see y'all up in there. The ultimate disrespect that they give me in this music business is they'll put me in a group. Uncle Luke of the 2 Live Crew when they're speaking. Or they'll say, like right now, because they're hearing what I'm saying when it comes to this 40-year anniversary of hip-hop for Luke Records, started in 1985. If you don't believe me, you could go and Google it. It's on Google. Google is right for a change. The ultimate disrespect is to not give me credit for being a record label, for being a record executive, not putting me in the vein of Jimmy Iovine and Doug Morris and all them. Now no question about it. They've achieved a lot more because they have the big machine behind them. No question about it. But then they won't put me in the same area of Andre Harrell. Shouts out to Andre, God bless dead. Russell Simmons, Jay-Z. Yes, he sold more records than me, but I don't know if he produced more hit groups than I did. I ran a record company. I love Jay to death, but I ran a record company. Unfortunately, people. I'm gonna have to give me 2 seconds because I'm outside and I'm gonna plug up. I'm gonna have to plug up before I end up out of gas here. I don't want to shut this live down. Time out 1 second. Oh yeah, I'm back. That was quick. I should have known my battery was gonna die because I'm outside, but I'm good right now. I'm glad y'all bear with me. So going back to what I was saying, hopefully I ain't lost my chain of thought. The ultimate disrespect is putting you in a group and saying, oh, Luke Records. Luke is 2 Live Crew. 2 Live Crew is this. 2 Live Crew is that. 2 Live Crew is a major force in the record business. And I'm going to do a 2 Live Crew story today because I'm doing stories on all my artists, which is what I do every day after my workout on Instagram. Let me say this. The ultimate disrespect is, like right now, some people they've heard it. You got people like Rick Ross is speaking on it right now about the 40-year anniversary of Luke Records, the creator of Southern hip hop. The ultimate disrespect is when they don't give you credit for being an executive. It's like they want you to be a player. They want you to be in a group, but they don't say, this guy started hip hop in the South. This guy produced platinum selling artists. This guy was a cast out. And when I started talking about earlier being the Rodney Dangerfield of this business and the bastard child in this business, it's because they didn't want it to happen, people. They, under no circumstances, they didn't want it to happen. And I spoke about this last week on one of my other podcasts, one of my other episodes. They didn't want it. They didn't want this to happen. They didn't want Luke Records to happen. When I got to literally fight Run DMC managers in Biloxi, Mississippi on stage because they give us 5 minutes to perform. You know, the headliner gives everybody the time because the headliner needs their time, and they'll give opening acts 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 7 minutes to do a whole show, no matter how many hit songs you have. And it's a sign of disrespect when you're out on the road off into different parts of the country and you're touring with the Fat Boys and Salt and Pepper and all these different groups and these boys who spoke bad about us, Kid and Play on BET, and you're doing these shows and they just totally have no regard for you being hip hop. That's what we went through. That's what yours truly went through. Them boys was like, ain't no such thing as hip hop in the South. No Memphis, no New Orleans, no Atlanta, no Miami, no Houston, no none of that. Them people weren't having it. Them guys who I'm friends with right now, the Salt and Peppers, the Kid and Plays, and all them of the world, God bless dead, members of the Fat Boys, them boys wasn't having it. It was like, fuck that. You niggas ain't hip hop if you're not from New York. And so, you know, we literally used to have to fight. Went to Memphis, Tennessee, playing with Eric B. and Rakim. 3 minutes on stage. Had to fight. Had to fight, bro. Savannah, Georgia. With Public Enemy, Chuck D, one of my best friends right now. How we became friends is because we met in the fucking kitchen at sound check because I was jacking up some roadie who's the road manager, roadie for fucking Public Enemy. When I met Leo Cohen, we was getting ready to go into fisticuffs with him in Biloxi, Mississippi with Run DMC. I'm like, motherfucker, get out my motherfucking face, bro. Y'all niggas ain't hip hop. Y'all niggas ain't hip hop. So people don't know what we had to go through 40 years ago. So if a nigga would have took the laid down approach and was like, okay, fuck it. Y'all got it. We ain't want it. And just laid down. See, a lot of y'all don't understand what people had to go through. I don't tell that story. They don't allow me to tell that story because they never give me platforms to have this conversation. They never give me the platform to have these conversations. I mean, hey, look. I go drink champs all day. I love them guys over there. I love the fuck out of them because they let me be me. But it's just so much shit. Like I did Drink Champs. It's so much shit to talk about that you can't get it in one episode. And those guys, they always tell me, Drink Champ, I love them to death, man. They always like, Luke, you got something to say. Call us up. Come over here and just do what you do, bro. That fucking Nori get me drunk. I be fucked up. I don't smoke, but he gets me drunk. And then I go to really losing my chain of thought. But people, these are things that they didn't want y'all to know. They didn't want me to sit down on BET. They didn't want to walk through my life like they did to Russell Simmons. And I love Russell. And the Andre Harrells and the Puff Daddies and all them, putting them on platforms and the Jay-Z's of the world. You know, we had a record company. We stood for a lot around here. To carry a whole South on your back and literally go through the same thing as damn near freeing slaves, that's some deep shit. But they want to tell you that story. They want that story to be told. It was until Connie Johnson of BET, when she took over for Stephen Hill. Stephen Hill hated my guts. Let me say this again. Stephen Hill hated my guts. Under no circumstances was Stephen Hill going to give me props for doing motherfucking thing, and he ran BET all them years. I remember it like it was yesterday. Just another story y'all don't know. When Stephen Hill got the job, I was in Bob Johnson's office. Bob Johnson had a network called Action Pay-Per-View. You didn't know BET had a pay-per-view version of it. That's why I used to do the Luke Peep shows at. We was in direct competition with the Playboy channel because they played adult videos. All this y'all see right now, all these podcasts and sitting down, interviewing motherfuckers, I been did this shit. All this Shay and all this shit, nigga, I been did this shit long time ago. That was done through the Peep show. Bob Johnson sat there in the meet room, say, Luke, do what the fuck you want to do. I ain't doing a motherfucking thing with that network. Stephen Hill had a different idea. He said, you worry about BET. That motherfucking dude hated me from that point. That dude was never going to honor me under no circumstances, support anything that I did under no circumstances at BET. Another guy who held us back from getting the message out. Vibe magazine, same thing. They wouldn't get ready to do no goddamn article on no Luke Records, Luther Campbell starting the pioneer of hip hop in the South, because I ain't never kissed the Clive Davis ring. I'm sorry. you know, it's a lot of truth when some guys go in rooms and come out being hits. Some guys go in rooms and come out being on top of the world because the industry put you here. So a lot of that, I mean, outside of all the crazy shit Kanye West be talking about, some of that stuff y'all got to listen to when it pertains to the industry. Because the industry is really controlled by a few people. And you can go in the room, and sometimes you go in the room, you might have to do some things in the room to show that you down with the program and lay your body on the line. They know I wasn't about that life. Oh no. You talking about a motherfucker who really got it from the mud. So I wasn't gonna get Luke Records. The South wasn't gonna get the notoriety and the props that we should have rightfully so got. It wasn't gonna happen. It wasn't until motherfuckers started moving to Atlanta. It's when they had to get the South some credit and some respect. I mean, Jermaine Dupri was been doing it. I remember Jermaine Dupri when I first met Jermaine Dupri. I met Jermaine Dupri when we was walking around Jack the Rapper music convention that was held in Atlanta pretty much every summer. JD had his music. I had my music in my hand. I had my records in my hand. I want to learn this music business. I'm going to every fucking convention it is to sit my black ass up there and learn the business, how the business works. And it was a guy named Dave Clark. Sat me down. The first record promoter in the history of music. Dave Clark sat me down and said, man, it's a bunch of motherfuckers running around here with records in their hand. But until you sell a record, one record to one person, that is when you're in the business of making music. He said, you're an independent dude. They ain't gonna give you a motherfucking thing, boss. You're gonna have to work for everything that you get in this bitch. Unless you sell your soul. And I wasn't about to sell my soul because I came up different. I came up on H. Rap Brown. I came up on Malcolm X. I came up on Martin Luther King. I came up on the real struggle. That's what I really came up on. So I wasn't about to do that. I wasn't about to sell my soul. I'm half Jamaican, so I wasn't gonna be with no Bate Boy business. That wasn't gonna be happening. So when they looked at me, when they looked at me to bring me in a room, it was like, nah, we ain't no. So we had to really get it from the muscle. On top of everybody against Southern hip hop. No such thing of it. Went to New Music Seminar, stood up in that motherfucker, I had 2 pistols on me. The stuff that they're doing in Miami is a fad. That whole 2 Live Crew thing is a fad. I want to tell y'all the dude, but I don't want him to catch smoke right now because me and him cool. I don't want to tell y'all the dude who's on the hip hop panel who said that was a white boy. He said it was a fad. He said there would be no New Orleans. There would be no Atlanta. There will be no Charlotte. There'll be no North Carolina. There'll be no Memphis. There'll be no Houston. There'll be no nothing in the South. There'll be no hip hop in the South. That man said that. It is a fad what we're doing. After 2 Live Crew, and they ain't even hip hop because they nasty, dirty. They only selling records because they got the girls on stage with their ass out. Mind you, look who on stage with their ass out. That's what makes it real funny. Look who on stage with their ass out. Last time I checked, it ain't nobody from Miami. Oh yeah, shit. Young Miami and the city girls, they be dressed up real nice. Look who got that. Which shouts out to all them girls, man. I love them girls, man. I love them girls because everything I look at them girls right now who winning, the Sexy Reds, the Lotto, the Gorilla, all that shit. I look at them motherfuckers who winning, man. I love it because I feel like I'm a part of that. I feel like I fought for them to have the right to be able to get out there and shake their ass on a fucking video. I feel like I fought the system to allow them to be acceptable to shake their ass on the video, to say the shit that they want to say on the record. Because if I did not go back and win that obscenity case on appeal. That was the most important one. Y'all, a lot of y'all be thinking about the case going to the Supreme Court, but the most important one was when we lost the obscenity case, when they said fucking nasty as they want to be was it was deemed obscene. If I don't go and get that case overturned, that case will be federal precedent. See, when you go to court every day, whether it's a criminal trial, whether it's civil or whatever, they cite case law. Like in the case of Campbell versus Navarro. Well, in 1980, whatever the fuck it was, 1996, in Campbell versus Navarro, we have a case, Your Honor, where a federal judge deemed these types of lyrics, we want some pussy, shake your ass, da-da-da, and whatever it is, these type of lyrics are deemed obscene, Your Honor. So today in 2025, when you have Sexy Red saying my booty hole brown, that falls into the case that a federal judge deemed this type of music and activity wrong. So therefore, these albums, the said albums here, shall be deemed obscene because we have case law, Your Honor. That's how they argue that shit. But nah, motherfuckers know that. Every motherfucking executive in the business, everybody who owns a podcast, everybody who owns a publication, every blogger, they know that. You think they're gonna tell it? You think they're gonna say this motherfucker here, who started hip hop in the South in 1985, Luther Campbell, if this motherfucker don't get that case overturned on appeal, all these girls, all these rappers, all these the babies, Lil Baby, all these motherfuckers, the Futures, everybody. None of y'all could be saying the shit y'all saying. Took my money, and while I was doing that, I was having motherfuckers like Kid and Play, Salt and Pepper on Donnie Simpson's show on BET saying them niggas ain't real hip hop. They shit should be banned. I had hip hop artists saying they shit should be banned. So when I'm celebrating this 40-year anniversary of hip hop, I'm not worrying about these motherfuckers saying, hey, what it is and what it ain't, because I am here today and I'm going to tell the story. I ain't fucking dead. I'm gonna tell these motherfucking stories like a motherfucker. I'm not waiting for nobody. I always been humble. And ain't tell nobody none of the stories. I sit there and wait. Who want to do an interview? They want to tell me the story? You want to hear the story? You want to hear this? And these major publications? No, niggas ain't want to hear no story, bro. They want to hear. They don't want to hear stories. So what they do? They're just going about the business. So now everybody's like, oh, so amazed. Oh, Luke is on there saying this and saying that. No, don't miss the point, boss. I've been humble. I've been silent for a whole bunch of years. I ain't say nothing about nothing. You want to put me in a fucking group. Dude the other day was like, yo, man, they did a tribute on you. And a lady friend of mine said, they did a tribute on you. And they said that, keyword, they said that you inspired these groups. Now, how the fuck I'm going to inspire groups on my label? You inspired Pitbull. You inspired Trick Daddy. No, motherfucker, ain't no inspiration. No one no fucking inspire. No, I discovered them. It's a big difference. Luke Records, they want to put us with some of these other motherfucking companies who got 2 and 3 artists. No disrespect to them because it's difficult to do that, but don't group me with no shit like that. No. I produce 2 Live Crew, Pitbull, Trick Daddy, produce and discover them, H-Town, MC Shy D, Anquet, I Will Always Be There For You, the longest selling record in the fucking history. You want to keep going? Home Team, JT fucking Money. You want to keep going? I just named you 8 motherfuckers right there. Bust Down out of New Orleans. That's 9 motherfuckers right there. I'm going to stop right there. Brought you what? Sexually explicit charge music. Took you off the A train and graffiti and breakdance and brought big shaking asses in videos and on album covers. Right here. This shit came from here. This shit wasn't just overnight. Shit came from here. Shouts out to the Grammys because I was talking shit about them. And they, in the 50-year anniversary, they say, Luke, we need you to come on, and they said some good shit. But we in 40 years. And this is not, and I want to say this. This is 40 years of Southern hip hop. It should be celebrated all over the South. I want to say this. It should be celebrated all over the South. But you got to give credit where credit due. Everything starts from somewhere. Everything starts from somewhere. Who started it? Harriet Tubman freed slaves. Everything started from somewhere. Christopher Columbus, he brought over the slaves from Africa. How the fuck did we get over here? Christopher Columbus. Christopher Columbus, give him that jacket. That's why they skim over hip-hop in the South. Because you would have to give yours truly that credit. Y'all ain't about to do that. They're not about to do it. So I love it. Every day on my Instagram, and I'm going to give you guys stories on my podcast because I know they ain't going to tell it. They're always going to fuck it up. I had a good friend of mine tell me something. Oh, man, we want to do a tribute of Luke Records. And I said, well, give me the list of songs you want to do. And the man gave me all 2 Live Crew songs. And I said, I find this very disrespectful. You're my friend, but this is some bullshit. If you want to do a tribute to Luke Records, then motherfucker, you need to go down the list of all the motherfuckers I just called up. Home Team, pick it up, and quit. Hold up, wait a minute. Let us put some boom in it. MC Shotty, I Gotta Be Tough. LaJuan fucking Love. Everybody say yeah. Right? Come on, man. What the fuck are we talking about here? What are we talking about here? I produced all those songs. Started the record label out of the trunk of my fucking car. I look at Wikipedia, and Wikipedia say Luther Campbell and some dude named David Shacker. That motherfucker worked for me. Wikipedia is wrong. Don't believe that shit. That motherfucker worked for me. Ain't no white boy was a part of starting no Luke Records with me. Hell no. That motherfucker worked for me. He the one cut the deal, helped me cut the deal with Atlantic Records. That bitch was getting a check. Just imagine, no hip hop in the South. I'm a DJ, big time DJ, ghetto style DJs. Playing in the park, playing at Attapata, playing at Carroll City Senior High. Shouts out to Carroll City Senior High. Boy, I get big dances. African Square Park, big DJ. Okay, fuck this. They got I'm playing hip hop. Second guy to bring down hip hop to Miami, the rappers, put them on Piedmont Express, People's Express Airlines. Y'all don't even know what the fuck People's Express. Do you know there was an airline where you go on the plane and pay? You know there was an airline where you get on the plane, and when you get on the plane, when they're in the air, they get at a certain altitude, and they bring down the cart, and you pay the money while you're on the airplane. I brought down Mantronics, I brought down Jazzy Jeff, I brought down Divine Sound, all these motherfucking people. That's what I was doing. Ghetto style DJs. I'm bringing down these artists to play in the teen disco, playing real Roxanne Shante. That's why I'm at Biz with Roxanne Shante. Shouts out to Biz. I love him to death. It's my guy. Red Alert. I'm bringing these people down here. Half of them, 95% of Run DMC too. 95% of them never got on an airplane. Mantronics. These guys had never got on an airplane. We're talking in the 70s, late 80s. Me bringing these dudes to Miami. I remember Jazzy J, one of the best fucking DJs, arguably the best DJ in the world. Original Concept. I'm bringing all these people down here to do shows at my teen discos, at the teen disco and at the skating ring. That's how I got hooked up with 2 Live Crew. Brought them down here. Play the record, get the record hot, bring them down. Because there wasn't nobody playing hip-hop but me. Tiny Head and the South Miami DJs. Soul Survivor DJs. SM DJs, the world's greatest. Slick Vic, Jam Pony. Come on, man. I'm giving you all the good shit right now. Shouts out to Andre Johnson. I'm giving you the good shit right now. This is how it all started. These guys will come down, I bring them down on People's fucking Express. And half of the time, I ain't trust them. I say, you get on the airplane, and when you get off the plane, I'm gonna give you all your money. Now I know your asses got on that plane. They got on the airplane, came down. Tomorrow I'm gonna give you the story about me and Biggie Smalls. Tomorrow I'm gonna give you the next day after that, I'm gonna give you the story about me and Tupac. That's why y'all see me with the picture with Tupac all the time. But them dudes used to fly down. I put them on the plane. And I would have to stand by the gate because the police was there because they already radioed to the goddamn airport that they got some niggas on the plane that ain't paid. Half of y'all don't even know that. Y'all too young to even know anything about People's Express, where you pay your fare in cash on the fucking plane. Me and Jazzy J. It was one day the car broke down. I got these motherfuckers come to the airport. I go grab some food and I come back in my car because I'm doing all this shit out of a Hyundai. I can't rent no car. I turned the key, that motherfucker ain't work. I said, oh shit, I need a jump. So I said, okay, I got somebody to come with the jump. And then I tell Jazzy J, I'm gonna turn the car on. You put the jumper cables on. That man said, I don't know about no motherfucking jumper cables. He said, man, we ride trains in New York. Now, mind you, at the time, I had never been to New York. He said, we ride trains. Come on, man. Come on, man. This is how this shit went. Ghetto style DJs, that's where it started. We all bought a damn teen disco, Pac Jam. Will you see the album cover with my 2 Live Crew, all those with the 2 Live Crew jackets on? That's in the back of the Pac Jam. That was the first Loop Records office on 54th Street and 12th Avenue. That shit, that is where you should have. You talking about a museum? That's the museum right there. These people running around and talking about, oh, we're going to do a hip-hop museum. Oh, we need you to come by the hip-hop museum. Oh, we're doing a museum display. I'm like, huh? Y'all already did it? Yeah. We need you to come by. Fuck that. I ain't going by no hip-hop museum. You ain't doing no museum. You can't do no museum, hip-hop museum for the South in Miami without even fucking consulting with me before you even start doing a museum. Y'all fucking mind. Good morning to you. 40 years of hip-hop. They ain't called me on no Shay Shay. They ain't called me on no Shay Shay. Hey, Shay Shay, we want to sit down, Luke. Shouts out to Stephen A. Smith. I go on Stephen A. Smith show. See, a lot of times you go on these shows, right? Including my show, they have a list of things that they want to ask you. So they don't necessarily say, hey, Luke, here go the mic, go ahead, pop off. At the end, they'll be like, is there anything else you want to talk about? But you done talk for fucking 2 hours on what they want to talk to you about. So 9 times 10, you might say, Luke, well, you on Shannon Sharpe, you on these shows, and you on Drink Champs. You know, Drink Champs is a hell of an interview. They asked some good shit. And some of these things you should have talked about on there, but again, these folks, all these folks, and no, I love them all, they have a list of things they want to ask you. I get to say it right here. Hip Hop in the South, 40 years anniversary, Luke Records. Y'all saw my homeboy. Y'all saw my homeboy, Rick Ross, jump out there. And Rick Ross had something to say. Rick Ross had something to say. And this is what he had to say.
40 years in, Uncle Luke. Uncle Luke started that rap in the South. 40 years in, shit.
Luke, we love you. The streets love you. Don't think ain't nobody talking about it. You 40 years in, what, hip-hop 50 years in, 51 in?
Yes, sir.
And we love hip-hop. Luke 40 in, started right there, 305. Bam.
They talk about it. I had to bring it to the forefront. I had to talk about it. But I'm saying, I think this should be celebrated by the entire South. We got 40 years in. And then while you're celebrating, you need to say how this shit started. How did we get to where we're at? Who are the pioneers of it all? Who came after Luke? You know my first record? I bet y'all don't even know my first record. Put it in the chat. What was Luke's first record? I bet you all can't even fucking imagine it. When my first introduction to music, in the music business, my first record that I created, I will send you a fucking jacket, a green jacket, everything. If you can fucking remember that. Oh! Ghetto Jump. You got it. I'm sending you a green jacket. Hit me in the fucking DM and send me your email address. Send me your address to your house. I'm going to send you a Ghetto Jump. You got it. This man got that shit right quick. Everybody ghetto jump, 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 jump. Everybody ghetto jump. That was my first record. That was my first introduction to music. Why? Because every time our thing in ghetto style DJs, what we would do, every dance, we would create a dance. Ghetto nasty, throw the dick. The girls do throw the pee. Ghetto jump. That was our thing. So these guys came and said, hey, man, we want to do a rap record on that song. And I said, hey, you could do a record on that song. Crush 2. You could do a record on that song. But you know what I want you to do? I want you to do a free show for me. You can use my shit in here and do a free show. Them motherfuckers ain't did no free show. They didn't come do it. They could tell me, oh, well, I want to charge you. Oh, hell no, you not. And that is when, at the same time, I brought down the 2 Live Crew. And I was pissed off that they didn't want to do a free show. And I say, I'll show you. If I can do one song and make it a hit song off a dance that we created in our parties, I will show you I can do it again. And so we created Throw the Dick and Throw the D. Throw the D and Throw the P. And I said, 2 Live Crew, I need you to do this song. Here's the dance. And that's why you hear the lyrics of what they are. Those motherfuckers who bullshitted me on not doing a show started this whole thing. If they just went and did the show, you wouldn't have to worry about it. Shots out to the Crush too. You made me millions and millions of dollars. Because one thing about me, when you fuck with me and you tell me I can't do something, trust me, I will do it. And so that gave you 2 Live Crew. That gave you Anquet. I will always be. I gotta, man, come on, man. Too many fucking hits. Home Team, pick it up, pick it up. H-Town, good loving, body rocking, knocking boots off. The Trick Daddy, Scarred. Bird, running like, what? JT Money, shake what your mama gave y'all. Shots out to Devastator. Come on, man. I'm the Jimmy Iovine and all that shit. I'm the Jimmy Iovine and all that shit, bro. What are we talking about? Don't fucking talk about you doing some tribute to Luke Records. When you do tribute to Luke Records, speak the truth. This nigga produced all this shit. These niggas had to fight for all this here for us to be able to do what we got to do. Everybody shaking their ass and cussing on the record. No, hey, look. This the Godfather of this shit. Hey. If it wasn't for this nigga here, we wouldn't be able to say the shit that we saying on records. If it wasn't for this nigga here, we wouldn't be able to turn around and shake our ass. What y'all call it? Twerking? No, it's booty shaking. I want all you girls out here who talk about your twerking. No, fuck that. Drake made that shit up. Don't even know. No, it ain't twerking. I'm booty shaking. I need to do a motherfucking song with Sexy Red. Y'all around here fucking around. Let me call Stand Up. Hold on. Hello. They calling me, yes. Okay. 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 Thank you, I'm available. Okay. See, live on the podcast, people get nerved out. Oh, we want to do this, we want to do that. Are you available? Yeah, I'm available. I'm available. Shots out to New York. I'm going to give y'all something before I go. You know what my number one selling market was? Always is now and always have been? They used to pull up these reports called SoundScan. My number one market always was, and still today, has always been New York City. Over Miami, over Atlanta, over any city in the South, over any place in California, over anything in Texas. New York City. People used to be fucking amazed. Hold on, man. According to some of these hip-hop artists, Jonas ones, they're not hip-hop. New York City always been my number one selling market. Over Miami. They love me in New York City. You know why? Because people like Red Alert loves me. Funkmaster Flex played I Wanna Rock. I was so deeply entrenched in New York, I'm the only nigga that go to Red Parrot in the hardest of the hardest times in New York with gold chains on and was like, okay, he could. We got barred out of the Apollo because the first 10 rows when we came out there with them girls on stage, them hood dudes, them street dudes in New York, they stood up on the chairs in the Apollo and the whole first 10 rows fell down. They was like, y'all can't come back here no more. Man, every time we went to New York, we gave their ass a show. New York loves me, and I love New York. Number one selling market. I went up in Loud Records, Steve Rifkin office. Shouts out to Riff. did a deal with Steve Rifkin. They said, pull the sound scan and we need to know what this motherfucker selling records at because we know it's Miami. And Miami is really technically in the music business a small market. Pull up the sound scan. And the girl comes back and it was like, oh, this got to be a typo. His #1 selling market is Miami? Not Miami, but New York? Yeah. I sold hundreds and hundreds of thousands of records in New York. Then it was Detroit. What the fuck? New York? Detroit? Detroit loves me to this day. I love New York. I love Detroit. Like, I mean, that's always been my favorite city outside of Miami. Them people really love me in Detroit, and I love them. And they've always embraced me. They took me in as one of their own. I don't give a damn if I'm going to any Super Bowl or NBA, whatever it is, and the Detroit dudes be up in the building, and I'm up there doing a party. It's like Miami in the house, Detroit next. But I'm just saying, ladies and gentlemen, you'll get these stories each and every day on my Instagram. But more so, you'll get these stories every day because it's the 40-year anniversary of hip-hop in the South, created by Luke Records. Shouts out to all the great people who worked at Luke Records, whether it was Jeff Sanchez or Big Teach or fucking Purple or you name it, Michael Hopkins, Julian Boot, Debbie Bennett, all these people who worked at Luke Records to make Luke Records what it is. Shouts out to all the artists. I'm gonna keep letting people know. And again, I want the entire South to feel like they're a part of this because we got 40 years of Southern hip hop. But you got to mention where the shit started at, and you got to mention the groundbreaking shit that we created. You got to mention that we went to court for this shit. You got to mention that we fought for this shit. You got to mention that we were outcast. People hated us. People called us not hip hop. People fucking blackballed us from arenas. That's what it took. It's normally the person who's the pioneer of shit that gets all the shit. The pioneer of shit, of change, will be the person that always get the shit. If you're changing something, most people don't like change. And they wasn't trying to embrace no hip hop from the South, no Miami, no none of that shit. The big music business industry came down along with the federal government. We got to stop this shit. But yours truly, and with no help from nobody, ain't nobody called me up. Ain't no motherfucking body called me up and say, man, we want to chip in. Or they ain't no GoFundMe. They were sitting on there, yeah, get rid of this nigga. They were going on the news, get rid of his ass. Because there's no such thing as hip hop in the South. And look at what we had today. So I love what they're doing in Atlanta. I'm sad about where we're at in the music industry in Miami because our radio stations are so much on that groupie shit that they don't embrace the local artists. We should be way ahead of Atlanta. No disrespect to Atlanta because we were way ahead then. Because when we used to go to Sharon Showcase, shouts out to Sharon Showcase where I found fucking MC Shadi at. Sharon Showcase was the only girl doing, only club, teen disco club in Atlanta you can go to and rap. All that 112 shit came after the fact. When people start moving there from New York. And then Freaknik. Come on now, I got all the stories. That's why I could be I'm the nigga who produced Freaknik. And gonna give you Galveston and gonna give you Daytona Beach. See, all that was by design. It wasn't by design. It was because you're blackballed. You had to create your own way. I had to create our own way. And when you were creating your own way, you roll up in Atlanta. Just imagine rolling up in Atlanta and don't hear no Atlanta records. That's me, my young ass, rolling up in Atlanta with my records and the 2 Live crew rolling up in Atlanta, listen to the radio and the mix show, and they playing all New York hip hop, rightfully so. And you going in there, you talking to some of the artists in Atlanta, the rap artists who have been inspired by you. Man, we so inspired by you that you're doing this shit in Miami, and now we're doing it here. Now we're doing it in Orlando. Now we're doing it over here. Man, we're inspired by what the fuck y'all doing. That's why my number one market was goddamn New Orleans. I roll up into these towns, and these artists is coming like, put me on. That's why I put on Bust Down. Nasty bitch. You think you talking that shit? Nasty bitch. Go ask Birdman. Birdman with the Bust Down. Birdman always tell me this story. Birdman with the Bust Down and say, hey, Bust Down, can you hook me up with Luke? I got these artists. I got Lil Wayne. I got all this shit right here. And Birdman will tell you the story. He never did. I never heard. Bust Down never told me. Birdman, ask Birdman, he'll tell you. Go look up the Jay-Z interviews when he say, hey, man, who inspired y'all to start getting money? That nigga Uncle Luke. Same thing with Michael Jordan and fucking Magic Johnson. It had to start somewhere, or this getting money thing in the NBA. You gotta pay respects to the pioneers, but they don't want to do that. Because then you go into the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Then you go into immortality. Then you got to sit at the table. Then they got to call up Sony and say, this nigga's still coherent. We need to let him run Sony. We need to let him run one of these major record labels or one of these major industry places. Why the fuck he run one of these shits? Y'all went and got all these other jokers. Why he ain't read? I remember being in the room. It was me. At Doug Mar's office, it was me, Jimmy Iovine, and Craig Cowman. Me, Jimmy Iovine, Craig Cowman. Doug Mar said, you three will be the ones who are running the music business. It wasn't no fucking Dr. Dre. It wasn't no, I love Jay-Z. It wasn't him. It wasn't Puff Daddy. It wasn't none of them. He said, y'all three will be the ones, but I'm the rebel. Why? What we all had in common. Craig Cowman had a record label in Chicago. It was a house record label. He was selling tons of house records. Jimmy Iovine was doing music in California. I was selling tons of records in Miami. And then people respected that because that was how Atlantic Records was created, by independent record producers. I was a rebel. Could I have done things different and been running one of these big conglomerates making billions of dollars by now? I was just a fucking rebel. I wanted to do fucking 2 Live Crew and hardcore shit and all that shit. But I was a record executive. I was a businessman, but I got typecast more into being 2 Live Crew. The big machine was there. But then again, it came to a point where you had to sell your soul. And I wasn't about to sell my soul. I wasn't going to go into no room and sell my soul. I remember that day like it was yesterday. They gave each one of us a $5 million check. I had my $5 million check. Each one of them had their $5 million check. I'm going to leave y'all with that, because I can't give y'all too much to consume in one day. Yours truly, Uncle Luke. This is Uncle Luke Podcast. Make sure y'all check me out on YouTube, Uncle Luke TV, on my fan page, Facebook fan page, Uncle Luke, X, Twitter, Uncle Luke Real One, Instagram, Uncle Luke Real One on Instagram, TikTok, where I like to hang out with the girls, Glow and all them. Real Uncle Luke. I'll see you guys tomorrow. One love. I was going to talk about football and all that shit, but it done got a little too late for me. I'll see y'all tomorrow. I get into all that football and politics and Elon Musk, Miami football, and all this other shit. I love y'all. Y'all have a good day. Peace.
Well, make the booty go. 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 Pop, pop. Make the booty go. Pop, pop.
I need some bad girls. I'm gonna let y'all hear my new song. I need some bad girls. Come on, baby. Come on, right here. You and you. Come on with that, your fine ass.